In a small village nestled between emerald hills and clear blue skies, there lived a revered Zen master named Hoshin. His demeanor was tranquil, like the gentle ripple of a pond at dawn, and he possessed the rare ability to impart wisdom in the most unexpected ways. Within the sanctuary of his humble dwelling, he nurtured a vibrant garden that flourished under his care. For Hoshin, this garden was not just a collection of plants. It was a reflection of the heart and soul of those who tended it. One bright morning, the sun spilled its golden light upon the earth, casting dappled shadows among the flowering shrubs. An eager apprentice named Riku had taken it upon himself to maintain the garden. Day after day, Riku labored fervently, watering the flowers until droplets clung to their petals like jewels, pruning branches with meticulous precision, and raking the gravel paths until they sparkled. His hands bore the evidence of dedication, rough and calloused from hours spent nurturing the garden. As the days passed, Riku grew more consumed by the work he performed. He sought to perfect each aspect, striving to transform the vibrant garden into a masterpiece that would make the heavens proud. However, his heart soon became burdened with self-imposed pressure. Day and night, he labored, driven by an unrelenting desire to impress his master, eager for approval and recognition. He had lost balance in his pursuit of perfection. One day, while immersed in his tasks, Riku felt a soft presence beside him. Master Hoshin approached, the corners of his serene mouth curving upward slightly as he surveyed the scene. "Riku," he said, "I see you toil tirelessly, and I commend your dedication. But tell me, how is your spirit?" Startled by the question, Riku paused, wiping the sweat from his brow. "My spirit? It is diligent, master. I strive for excellence in every petal and leaf." Hoshin nodded thoughtfully and gestured towards a nearby cluster of daisies. "Do these flowers lose their beauty when they droop, or do they continue to bring joy, even in the twilight of their bloom?" Stunned, Riku stared at the daisies. "They still hold beauty, master. Yet, they are in decline." "Ah," said Hoshin, "life, much like the garden, is not about the pursuit of an unattainable ideal. It is a dance between growth and decay, between flourishing and fading. Embrace the beauty of the moment, for it is fleeting." With that, the master turned and walked away, leaving Riku in contemplative silence. Days flowed into weeks, and Riku continued to toil, but a seed of doubt had taken root in his mind. He began to wonder whether he was sacrificing the essence of his being through relentless pursuit of perfection. Was he so focused on appearances that he neglected the joy that came with each act of tending the garden? One overcast afternoon, as Riku gathered fallen leaves, he overheard two villagers conversing nearby. "Did you see how Riku has transformed the garden?" one woman exclaimed. "It is a sight to behold." The other replied, "Yes, but I worry he's become too obsessed. There's more to life than perfect plants." Their words lingered in his mind, echoing against the walls of his consciousness. The pressure mounted around him, and Riku felt as though he was caught in a spiraling wind of expectations that tossed him violently from one task to another. In his heart, he longed to experience the very essence of being alive in that garden. The feeling of the wind against his skin, the sweet aroma of blossoms wafting through the air, the melodies of birds serenading the morning. That night, beneath a veil of shimmering stars, Riku decided to sit in the garden in quiet reflection. He felt a profound sense of isolation there, though surrounded by beauty. The moon cast a gentle glow upon the gleaming dew, illuminating the garden like a mystical realm. With closed eyes, he breathed deeply, inhaling the scents of earth and flora, his previous efforts hidden in the shadows that danced along the ground. In that stillness, he sensed a soft whisper in the air, an urge to reconnect with the garden, not as a caretaker bound by duty, but as a mere observer of life. He opened his eyes. With each passing minute, he noticed how the daisies swayed, how the pines stood tall against the night sky, how the moonlight danced on the pond's surface. Each element was a story unfolding, a moment to cherish. Riku spent the entire night sitting amidst the blooms, embracing the intricate patterns of life that existed all around him. He realized he had been so embroiled in the act of caring that he had forgotten to simply exist among the wonders of the world. The next day, with a lighter heart, Riku approached his duties anew. He tended to the garden, Yet this time he engaged with the flowers. He felt their textures, listened to the quiet rustle of leaves, and softly spoke to the birds. The garden flourished as never before, infused with love and passion rather than mere labor. One day, while Riku was pruning the roses, Master Hoshin repeated his earlier question. "Tell me, Riku, how is your spirit?" Riku glanced at the petals of the roses, now blooming beautifully around him. "It is lighter and full of joy, Master. I focused too much on perfection. In doing so, I lost the essence of what it means to be alive in this garden." Hoshin smiled, his eyes softening with warmth. "Remember this well, dear apprentice. Life is not a task to be accomplished. It is a moment to be lived. Nurture your spirit as you nurture this garden. Perfection itself is an illusion. Each droop of a petal and every burst of color tells a unique story, a testament to the beauty of existence." Riku bowed deeply, understanding the wisdom that Hoshin had imparted. In the days that followed, he approached not only his work in the garden, but also his life with newfound mindfulness. He understood the power of balance, the balance between diligence and presence, between striving and surrender. As the seasons changed, so did Riku. Throughout each passing day, he recognized the lessons buried within the seedlings of struggle and the blossoms of bliss. In time, the garden transformed into more than a simple landscape. It morphed into a sanctuary of peace and a canvas of enlightenment. Years sped by like whispers in the wind, and Riku grew into a wise gardener, becoming the embodiment of the very lessons he had learned. Later, as he trained his own apprentices, he shared Hoshin's wisdom, always returning to the essence of being rather than the burden of doing. Finally, one day, as he sat among the familiar petals of the now flourishing garden, Riku paused and gazed up at the sky. The sunlight filtered through the leaves, illuminating the beauty all around him. He realized then that each day was a tapestry woven with vibrant threads of experiences, a blend of laughter and tears, struggle and surrender. And so, my friends, let this story of Riku and Master Hoshin serve as a gentle reminder. Embrace the fleeting moments and find joy in the journey itself. Life is a dance of chaos and stillness, a harmonious balance of effort and presence. When we nurture our spirit and remain open to the beauty that surrounds us, we discover wisdom in every experience. As we grow and evolve, let us remember that it is not the pursuit of perfection that leads us to fulfillment, but the appreciation of the imperfect moments that shape our existence. Be present, embrace the journey, and allow yourself to bloom beautifully, just like the flowers in the garden.